This is the plaintiff, Samuel Beju. He says he rented out his Tesla on an app called Turo, and the defendant who rented his car damaged it and won't pay. She treated his beautiful electric car with disrespect. His resale value is now plummeted, and he's here suing for every penny of the $4,720.56 he's owed. This is the defendant, Deirdre Toy Powell. She says she washed the guy's car before she returned it as a courtesy. Now the guy's making up all these things and suing her for damages she didn't make. For instance, he's suing her because the car smells like pot. She doesn't smoke pot, and she's not paying him over $4,000. End of story. She's accused of stinking up a Tesla.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff says that he rented his new beautiful Tesla to the defendant and she wrecked it. But the defendant says she washed the guy's car before she returned it, and he's making up all these damages and is trying to pin the blame on her. It's the case of tearing up a Tesla.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Mr. Beju, tell me what happened.
I rented out my car on Turo to...
Tell me what Turo is. It's an app that allows people who own cars to kind of match you up with people who want to rent your private car?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, you had a 2021 Tesla?
Yes.
And you wanted to rent it out to strangers?
Yeah, there's a good market for Teslas because there's a lot of people that want to try the car before they buy it.
Oh, I don't doubt there's a market. I was wondering why you would want to let it go. But anyway, so...
I needed some extra cash, so
okay.
I bought a car.
All right, so now tell me what happened.
So I rented it to Miss Powell, and she was very nice on the pre-rental and everything else. But once she had accepted the rental and was on her trip, communication went downhill. I couldn't get a hold of her.
Why do you have to get a hold of her?
Well, on the app, you can tell from the phone, the Tesla will notify you that it's getting low on battery and things of that nature. And you can also just kind of check in on the car where it's located. And when I went to check in on the car and I saw the car moving in excess of 110 miles an hour, it was somewhat alarming. So that alarmed me, but it's kind of like, hey, you're going a little bit fast, just kind of, maybe you want to slow down or whatever.
Did you tell her that?
And then
did you text her that?
I believe I did.
Yeah.
I believe I did. And I also tried notifying them over the app. I say them because at some point she did mention that her daughter was with the rental and using the car. But yeah, so I saw it going super fast.
So you tell her, and what does she respond?
There was one point where I got really aggravated when it said okay, Joe.
Okay, what?
I understand, but Joe.
Okay.
Joe. And it's I'm like, Joe. I'm like, who's Joe? And why are you calling me Joe? I'm just trying to communicate with you about the vehicle itself.
So how long was the rental period? She had the car for how long?
I want to say it was a 3-day rental.
3 days?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could be mistaken though.
How many days did you have the rental, Ms. Powell?
2 days.
2 days. Okay. And what did you pay for the rental?
Let me find it.
I think $138.33 a day.
The total I paid was $1,342.
That's why I'm wondering, how did that happen for 2 days? I'm trying to understand.
Maybe it was 3.
So the 3 days was $415. The trip fee is $480. What does that mean? What's the difference between a trip fee and a trip price?
It's a fee that they charge for Turo.
Wow. How much of this do you get on the Turo app?
On that rental, I believe I get 75% of the...
So what's a trip fee versus a trip price? If I think I'm paying $138 a day, I actually end up paying $1,000?
Turo themselves have a lot of funny financing going on.
Okay. By the way, did you call him Joe in the text? Is Joe like a male version of Karen? Or is
he may have texted me while I was driving, and I had my daughter answer the text, and that's the first I heard of that.
Okay. Was anybody smoking in the car, Miss Powell?
No, and no one was smoking in the car. I don't smoke. My daughter does smoke. I will admit it, but she does not smoke in front of me.
What kind of
The jobs that I carry.
smoking marijuana or tobacco?
Oh no, she doesn't smoke tobacco. She smokes marijuana.
All right.
But she doesn't do it in front of me,
Okay.
and she wouldn't certainly do it with driving in an
He
enclosed
says
area
that when
with
you
me.
returned the car, it reeked of smoke. That's not true?
And I don't believe that it reeked of smoke. It may have smelled like smoke, and I'm going to say what I thought, because I don't want to say that he was lying, because I hate the smell of any kind of smoke. But my daughter, when she does smoke, her clothes smell like it. So she may have smelled like it when she sat in the car.
All right.
I don't smoke. I think I even gave you a drug test. I don't do anything.
Okay. All right. Can I ask you, Mr. Beju, will you tell me what were the problems with the car when she returned it? It smelled of smoke.
It had a horribly strong smell of smoke. There was tobacco, traces of tobacco down the side of the seats.
Traces of tobacco. Wait, slow down. Traces of tobacco down the side of the seats. Did you take a picture of that?
Yeah. And in one of the text messages, she did admit to her daughter leaving a cigar in the cup holder.
What is this a picture of?
That, I don't know. I can't comment on what the substance is, but there's like a sticky like liquid that was kind of like throughout the car.
What am I looking at? The inside of the door?
That is by the inside of the door. So you like little gray thing was the.
Okay, what is this a picture of?
That's just the window. You can see like just the sticky like kind of like there's something on there. Like right there, you can see all that sticky stuff on the side of my car.
What is that?
I mean, I can't. I don't want to speculate.
I don't know what that is, but I had the car cleaned before I bought it to him, and I thought
when you say you had it cleaned, who cleaned it?
I went to a car cleaning place.
Okay. Do you know what this is on the inside?
No, I don't. I don't even know that came. But when he sent that to me, I thought he was saying it was still wet because I bought it to him right from the car place.
Where's the tobacco you told me I would see?
I mean, right here on the bottom of that, on the bottom left of there, there's ash. Right there, that's ash right there. It doesn't have to necessarily be.
What happens? What's the first thing you do when you communicate with her? You tell her that she's going to have to pay extra. And how much do you tell her she's going to have to pay extra?
At first, I said, hey, the car was like excessively dirty and this and that, and it smelled of smoke. And basically, I don't know exactly what I asked for, but it was only a few $100.
How much did you ask her for? Do you remember?
Specifically, no. It was,
okay.
It was
and what did she say to you?
Basically, like, I'm so sorry and I'll take care of it. Something to that effect.
And did she?
It was something that was, no.
But I do see that she did pay some $200 and something fee. I do see that. Yeah,
no. So there's some built-in fee in Turo that they try to assess automatically if there's smoking with evidence. So they did charge that the $150, and that they charged that to her, and I did receive that. Okay, but, how much was that? $150? Yeah. The $3,311 that you're suing for. Tell me about that. Yeah. So essentially, because I'm getting strung along by Miss Powell and not getting responses, and time's going on, I start researching it. And as I start researching the different damages, I find the thing from like the National Highway Institute or wherever it came from that basically says that you're devaluing your car 7.7% by smoking in it. So it's like, I didn't realize it was being devalued. That's somebody that smokes everything. I didn't realize it was being devalued 7.7%. But once I did, and once she didn't want to negotiate with me, and if we have to run up the flagpole and here we are, then why not go after the full 7.7%? Why should I discount it? That's exactly you didn't want to discount. Judge, that he was gouging me. And he even said, we can do this without Turo. He said that. We could do this without Turo. A matter of fact, he said we could settle for $700. He said that also. Yeah, and you didn't take those offers, did you? Well, that's fine, but what did you end up doing? You just started to ignore him and figure you'll answer in court or what? I started feeling like he was gouging me. After I paid the first time, I just felt like, what? Did you pay through Turo or did you pay him the first time? I paid through Turo and I gave him something. Wait, did you pay through Turo because Turo billed you
Yes, Turo
Okay.
billed me.
See, he's right that there is a difference. It's one thing when two parties agree to something and then all of a sudden one of the parties says, never mind that I agreed that was it. I found more stuff. Like, then he's banned from bringing it up. But if Turo just sent you the charge and you paid through Turo, that's because they did that the second he mentioned the smoke thing. That's not really him accepting a settlement and now I can't really look at him and say, you can't bring up another thing because you accepted a settlement. That's different. But now let's talk about what actual damages he can prove. What evidence do you have of how it stunk? Just your testimony, Mr. Bajou?
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, essentially the testimony. Yeah.
Okay.
Some of the pictures
Does
in
it
there
still smell that way now?
It still has a smell of smoke in there. Yes.
Right.
Is it as strong? No.
Okay. Do you have any proof of that? It's very hard. Typically what we would do is you would be in court with the Tesla and I would walk out there and I'd smell it and I would make my own determination. Those days are not around right now. So it makes it a little bit difficult. What else do you say she damaged besides, I understand your, the lowered value claim. Hold on. Your car, $150 for car cleaning. Who cleaned the car to the tune of $150?
I did.
Oh, you did. So you don't have a receipt for $150. All right. So, then now the $500 for bumper damage. What is that about?
So on the back of the bumper, it looks like, there's a mark on it. There's like the smears. There's some actual serious damage is the rims. The rims are scratched up and damaged. And she said that it happened in a Starbucks. And that's also in the text message.
Did you tell him that the rims got scuffed in a Starbucks, Ms. Powell?
I think that I pulled. I think I did mention, and it wasn't that. Yeah, when I pulled too close to the curb, I do remember saying that. That yes.
Do you have a receipt for the repair of the tire rims?
I didn't get the tires repaired yet.
Where is the damage on this tire rim? I presume that's why you submitted this picture. Where am I to see the damage?
You gotta look around the edge of it. There's some of it there. It's on the rim.
There it is.
It's not actually
I see it. I see it.
It's not the actual hubcap. It's on the actual rim. So it's not a plastic hubcap. It's the entire wheel.
Okay, I got you.
Parking too close to the curb.
Yeah, I know. Essentially, there's only two things that haven't already been taken care of by the $150 that Turo charged her for cleaning. Most of those pictures are, look, Judge, it had to be cleaned. All right. So what Turo hasn't charged her for is the rim rash and then the damages on the bumper, which frankly, I don't see any damage, so I can't see it. Show me, there's a bumper picture, but I don't see damage. Where should that damage be?
It's essentially like if you're going up from the red tail light type thing, as you go up there, right there. It's not shadow that you're seeing right here. That's the actual scuff on the bumper that doesn't wash out right there.
How do I know that doesn't just come off? I mean, did you take this anywhere? Okay, other than Turo making up figures, which I'm not bound by, did you ever take this anywhere to have somebody else estimate the damages? No, you cleaned the car yourself. You didn't pay $150. No, you didn't pay. You cleaned the car yourself. You didn't pay anybody $150 to detail it. You just extra cleaned it. And she got charged the $150 already. So what we're talking about is the rim rash and whether I'm going to trust that your Tesla has been devalued by $3,311 by somebody in 2 days having smoke in it.
3 days, and we're conflating. We're conflating the smoking charge with the cleaning charge.
No, we're not
conflating. They have two separate charges. Welcome back to the People's Court. The plaintiff says the defendant treated his beautiful new Tesla like dirt, and now it reeks of smoke. But the defendant says she doesn't smoke marijuana, she didn't damage his Tesla, and she owes nada. Let's go back into the courtroom.
No, we're not conflating anything. I am separately going through each charge. 150 has already been covered. That, of course, is not for any damage that she did by permanent damage by leaving smoke stink inside the car. That is a separate and unique claim that you are making because you're saying my car is forever devalued by 7%, Judge, because somebody 2 days smoked in there. And what I'm telling you is it looks more like what she said, which is, yeah, you devalue a car by constantly smoking tobacco in the car, which lingers like that. Okay. But I don't find that you've sufficiently proven that you are out $3,311 because somebody had tobacco in your car 2 days. And I'm very sensitive to smoke. I'm very, very sensitive to it. But there's the rim rash, and rim rash is a problem, and it's an expensive problem. Okay. So based on the pictures that I have seen and the damages that I have seen, I am coming up with the amount that I believe a 2021 Tesla will end up being. I'm finding in his favor for the replacement of the rims in the amount of $600. So that is my verdict. I am going to order you to pay an additional $600, and maybe you should have worked it out with him on the side. I do kind of agree with you that then he got really, really mad, and then it just became an even bigger headache for you with this $3,311 claim. But in any event, my verdict is for the plaintiff in the amount of an additional $600.
Thank you, Greg.
So the plaintiff has prevailed in this case. Ms. Powell, you seem to be okay when the judge gave her verdict. What are you thinking?
I felt that was fair. I felt that was fair.
All right. Well, you got to.
And I don't speed. I haven't had a speeding ticket probably in the last 30 years. If I was going 110 miles an hour, I would be someone that had tickets. I don't speed.
Okay. Good enough. All right, Ms. Powell, let me talk to you, Mr. Beju.
You get a car and it has that brand new smell. And after Lee rented it, that is forever gone. But it is what it is.
The big question to you is, why would you rent out your Tesla? Most of the Tesla owners I know would never rent out their Tesla. They love them too much. Why did you rent it out? You learned the hard way.
I bought it to make money. No, and in all honesty, it's I'm already up, about 30% into the value of the car from renting it. And I've had it less than a year, so it's working out.
All right. Well, good luck to you. Good luck with the car.
You know, Doug, this is an interesting case because smoke is kind of a transitory thing. Even though it's hard to get smoke out of a car, eventually it happens. So in a situation like this, there's nothing to compensate the Tesla owner for because that smoke eventually is going to go away. Kind of sucks, but that's the law.
What is it that made you decide to become a lawyer?
My kindergarten teacher told my parents that I should become a lawyer because I think when you're a natural born fighter and a person who argues a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
You have a black belt in arguing, for sure. I have in my mind that movie with Liam Neeson where he's on the phone with the guy who kidnapped his daughter and he's going, what I do have is a very particular set of skills that I've honed over a lifetime. Something like that, because you're pretty good at that.
So, and then when I went to college, I majored in psychology and I thought that I wanted to be a therapist, which would mean that I would have to listen very, very well. And my parents convinced me, listen, you're a much better talker than you are a listener. Maybe you should be a lawyer. And that's why I decided to go to law school.